Okay guys, start off by putting most of the hair in a ponytail, except for the very bottom part of the hair. You're going to start curling at the bottom of the head, and you're going to work your way to the top of the head. So have a clip or a ponytail band, and clip the top part up, and then you're going to start curling at the bottom of the hair. Take fairly thin sections so that the curl is tight. In the 30s, the hair was always curled, and it was a tighter curl. I might curl hair a little bit differently than you do, and that's fine. You can curl it however you want to, but it's best to preheat the hair before you put it up into the curling iron. So I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. So after you put your curl in, and you can feel that the hair is warm, you're going to take the curling iron out, and then you're going to pin that curl in place with a bobby pin to hold it in the tight curl. When you heat up the hair, heating up the hair is what changes the shape of it, and how it cools down is how it stays in place. So if you're going to curl it like with a regular curling iron like most people do, you want to kind of run the curling iron down the hair kind of slowly, like that, and then curl your way up. If you preheat the hair, it works better. So you'll take your curling iron out, kind of hold it. Make sure that their hair is completely dry. You don't want to wash their hair right before doing this. You want to wash it in the morning and then do this later in the day after the hair is completely dried. It's actually best to do it on second day hair. So you'll then drop your neck section down, and then you're going to work your way to the top of the head. When you get to the top of the head, you want to make sure that you part their hair on a side. In the 30s, they all had side parts, and they were really strong parts. So a part that you can definitely see. Once you get the entire head curled and pinned like this, you want to spray the entire head with hairspray and let it cool down for easily 15 to 20 minutes. And then after you take it out, that's when you do your style. It would actually be best if you send the girls to the show with their hair up in pins still, and then drop the hair down after that. If you have a thermal setting spray would be good to spray on before you put the hair in the curling iron. If not, you can spray their hair with hairspray. But a true thermal setting spray is better. Just make sure the sections you're taking aren't too thick. If they're too thick, the heat's not going to go through the whole section of hair, and it won't get curled as tight as you'll need it to be. If the girls have shorter hair, you can still curl it with a curling iron and still do the side part. Hair back then even had finger waves. In shorter hair, finger waves would be harder to do on your own, but you can try to look up a YouTube video to see how to do finger waves. But even if you can get their hair to be slightly wavy and bobby pin some hair back, I can probably help a little bit more with the shorter haired girls if there are any. But tighter curls were in style, so don't do any beach waves. You want to do bigger waves up top and tighter curls down below if you don't want it curled too tight around your face. I will be at the shows on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm not able to be at the show on Friday night. Okay, so you're just going to continue this process all the way to the top of the head, taking down sections, curling it, pinning it, and then moving up to the next section. when you get to the top of the head, it doesn't matter which way you curl the hair, whether you curl it towards the back of the head, down, forward, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure you have the part in the hair before you start curling. If your curling iron has a temperature setting on it, try to bump it up to a higher setting so that your curling iron is really pretty hot. You just have to be careful because your hands, your fingers can get burnt from the hair being too warm. That's why some curling irons and flat irons come with heat gloves. But for something like this, you want the curling iron up pretty darn high. You just want to make sure you turn it down after, so that you don't use it at that temperature every day. Also use a slightly smaller curling iron. You don't want to use a very big curling iron. I think this curling iron is 1.5 inches. If you guys have any questions, you can call me or you can send me a text on my cell phone. It's 913-710-3559. The salon number is 913-402-6868. If any of you think you can't do this on your own, which I know you can, I'm not sure what my stylist availability is, but if you don't think you can do it on your own, I might have somebody who would be able to do it on the nights of the shows. You would just have to call the salon and see. Okay, so you'll continue this all the way up to the top of the head. And then when you get to the top of the head, make sure that you part the hair, and it's a really strong part from the front all the way to the back of the head, and then curl. And then when you get done curling the hair, let it cool down. And honestly, I would keep it in the pins all the way until they get to the show. Then take it down, and that's when you would start doing styling or spraying it, and I can help with that, like I said. Okay, have fun, guys.